important here. Okay, so first of all, what tools do we offer to what customers? So that really depends on what they are doing. Okay, we have actually quite a brand new tool since last year. It's called the V-notch tool, which is really the VI45 tool, which is really a great tool for people using the multi-cut router, which you have seen yesterday with Lina. So it's milling heavy materials, and we have two free tool positions. Before, people that wanted to do reboard material, honeycomb paper core board, and they wanted to make the folding lines, you needed to offer the extra head. Okay, so we don't need to do that anymore. We actually have this brand new tool. It's called the VI45. So it's actually very simple. The blade is super good. It stays for a long time. The only bad thing is you need to insert the tool and then mount the piece afterwards. Okay. So we have the 45-degree tool, and we have an oscillating knife tool. Okay, let's start off this job for just a moment. Okay, so one nice thing to talk about when you speak about our machine is about the strength of the tables. Okay, so you see one little piece of this whole table bed. So it's two solid metal plates with aluminium honeycomb. So that's really important to show that we have a very stable tabletop and that we can control the depth very accurately. So you see this tool is first making the V-grooves in the first position. You can only mount it in the first position because of the foot. And now it's starting to do the outer single cut 45-degree.
And with this one you try to do curves as well? Either?
No, indeed. So the 45-degree knife tools are limited software-wise not to be able to do radii. Okay, so it's only straight line. So the nice thing is we have our job done. Okay, we have the fixed router to do any rigid material like plexiglass and wood and things. And then in the same head we just mount those two tools. You can actually make a kind of cube. The nice thing is you can play with the width of the 45-degree angle and leave a bit more or less material, but that way you can create nice shapes, nice holes, depending on the material that you work with. Okay, so the nice thing is people doing the 45-degree or doing the honeycomb, that's a really big benefit. You only need to offer them one tool instead of a whole new head, so price-wise that will give you a lot of advantages. Okay, so this is the new tool, really great.
But then, look, question, so
Yes.
are there, from the user standpoint, any differences between this tool and tool which is mounted in the power head? Speed, really, thickness, whatever?
Well, at the moment, I'm not sure if they will change that. At the moment, this tool is only limited to 45-degree angle. Some people, they want to actually, on the normal V-notch, I can maybe show it to you just a second. So this is the normal V-notch tool to make the 45-degree lines. So that's the one we mounted in the power head, or the one that we use on the XP system. We have 3 different tools there. So the nice thing about the 3 different tools is that the system will compensate for all angles, overcuts, and all those things automatically. You don't have to modify your design. I know our biggest competitor, they have one tool where you can set the angle to any degree, but I see it more as a disadvantage, because if you change the angle, the system doesn't know where the knife is. So the operator needs to remember, needs to type in a whole bunch of values, so it will take a lot of time. In practice, this tool, we have it in 3 different, this is 45 degree, we have it at 30 degrees and 15 degrees. But in practice, we only sold maybe 1% of the 1 or 2% of the other angles, and only the 95, 98% we sell the 45 degree. So on the XN, in the first tool position, we only have the 45 degree tool.
What about the speed?
The speed, well, to be honest, the experience shows that this knife is really superb. This knife has proven, if you do a lot of production, it needs to be changed every 10 plates or every 20 plates. With this knife, I was at a show in Holland last week. We put one knife there, and the knife stays good for the whole thing. It costs 90 euros, one knife, but it lasts very long. It's very good. Okay. So we have our router. We have our 45 degree tool. Let's put this one back. And before I forget, if you want to create different angles, you can, as mentioned, play with the width of those two cut lines. Okay, so that means if you take them more apart from each other, you will be able to create a more sharp fold. If you leave less space, then you will leave more material, and you will be able to create different angles there as well. So there's always a chance that you can play with those different settings. So we have our high